Welcome to Bricks of Norway.
Hi there, my name is Paul. Well, this is the second part of my video about my LL938 Super Galaxy Explorer. And I'm properly dressed today with a nice t-shirt. When I released my video about my LL938, I said that I might make instructions for the spaceship. And I'm done with these instructions. I will upload the instructions to Rebrickable. And I'm not quite sure what will be up first, the instructions or the video. So, in the process of making the instructions, I've done some changes to the LL938. Some things that I saw when I was making the instructions and so, well, this will make it a better spaceship, this will improve it. So I thought I will just show you some of the instructions. The spaceship is here. Well, it's still large. And the first one, I made a double vent on the side, on each side then. Nothing big, just a small thing. And I also made some changes in the back of the room for the astronauts. With a panel for opening the airlock instead of a lever that I had used earlier. So I guess that fits more, and it's more like it's what's on the other side of the airlock in the cargo bay. As you can see, nothing big, just small things. But the biggest change is on the rear, and I guess you can't see. And that's some of the point. In my first video, I complained about the gap there was between the doors at the rear, and I haven't found a solution that worked with closing the gap, keeping the doors together. So I've done two things. I removed a plate underneath the roof of the doors, cargo doors, because that was, well, when you're stacking plates, it might actually bend upward. So that was making tension in the doors. So I removed those. I also made a little change to keep the doors together. So now you can actually open the doors. I'll have to open the lower cargo door first. On the original one, and on this one, the stud on each end locks onto the spaceship. But on this one, now I've changed and replaced one of those sheet slopes, 1x2 sheet slopes, and replaced it with 2x2 plates, two of them, and some slopes on the side to make it have something to connect to. And those 2x2s are connecting to the doors and making them stick together. As you can see now, there's a small gap there between the doors, and when I close it, and the gap will be smaller. It might not be completely removed, but it's smaller. I think this solution works without too many compromises. Having to open the lower cargo door first is okay by me. I saw some other ones that done something similar with the original 10497, but I didn't like that one because it got too complex, I think. But I think this is simple enough. Just open it, open the doors. So what I did was remove plates under here on each side. There's a 4x8 that was there to support the lower part of the roof to keep, since it has an odd size, but after putting all the things on the top, the plate on the underside wasn't needed anymore. So I could completely remove it and that made an improvement, because on the old solution, I easily got cracks here, just below the plate, the lower roof plate. But by removing those inner roof plates, the cracks there isn't a big problem anymore. No big improvements. I also did some small changes to the spoiler, but nothing big there either, just some cosmetic structural things. So by now, this one is done. Uploading instructions. I might do changes later, I don't know. And I might have to do some changes in the instructions. I've done several read-throughs of the instructions, and it sure takes time to go through this instruction, because it's 450 pages of something and 500 and something steps. It might not be the easiest instructions to read, I don't know. I haven't test built it from the instructions, because I already have the model, and I can't afford more parts to build a second one. If I build a second one, I will probably never tear it apart. But I've been going through the instructions quite thorough, so hopefully I've removed several of the obvious errors of parts not visible, where to place the parts and everything. So I try to make it easy to understand, but I don't think this will be an 4+ or 7+ build. I guess you'll need some more, could need some more experience, and by the size of it and the cost of the parts, I guess this will be an 16+, 18+ set. And sadly, 2 10497 Galaxy Explorers won't do, but it will be a good start. For instance, for the canopies, the engine at the rear is complete, and you need some more parts for the 4 engines on the side. You have the windows you need, almost all the windows you need. So most of the cockpit is done. What you need is the new markings on the side. And the beds, well, I've done some changes to the bed compared to the original one. I've made it all white. And I remember that I haven't actually used the base. Perhaps I need to do a change for the instruction and make the base for the bed, the two round 2x2s underneath. I've forgotten those in this build. I'll have to check if I have them in instructions. And you obviously need a lot of wedge plates, and the tiles, and the sheet slopes, and the rails, and grey plates, some blue plates, and you have all of the spoilers. And I guess you need more of the tail sections here. I don't think that will be enough for 2 sets. I'll see if I can make an XML file or something with the what parts you need extra compared to 2 of the 10497 Galaxy Explorers. I'll see if I can do that. But no promises. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them. And I'm still very happy with this spaceship. I always said that it isn't that heavy, but keeping it like this is, well, it gets heavy when you're just holding it like this. But I still think it's swooshable. I'm just having it on my hand, and I'm doing some movement. And releasing the instructions for this will, well, I'll see if I can start making the videos about some of my other builds in making instructions. And I'm going to revisit the space station for the 10497 Galaxy Explorer, because I've done some changes to it, and I'm going to do some more changes to make it a bit more modern. So I just need to collect the space station from my remote storage. But first I need to get rid of some things here, so I have a place to put it, I guess. So now I'll bring this to my office and take some pictures of it to show some of the details easier than what I can do on camera here, I think. This is all for today. This video is getting long as it is. And remember, if you are able to help someone in need, please do.
Enjoy.